Welcome to Washington in Focus. This is Brett Davis. Joining me today is the Center Square's Western Washington reporter, Spencer Pauly. This week, you authored a story headlined, Yakima Airport Volunteers for Washington's Capacity Expansion with Electrifying Plan. So the Commercial Aviation Coordinating Commission, which was charged with researching and recommending a location for a new municipal airport, was unable to do that, and so it's now kaput. But earlier this year, Governor Inslee signed a bill that would create a new work group to do just that. Can you tell us how the Yakima Air Terminal fits into all of this?
Sure. Yakima Airport was the only non-Puget Sound municipality to say, we'll take on this role to expand our airport to fit this capacity needs that this state needs. But the issue with that is that the entire commission feels like Yakima is just too far away from the rest of Western Washington, where you see a lot of passengers fly into. Seattle's a big hotspot. But basically, I talked to the Yakima Airport director, Robert Hodgman, who said that, why not us over here in Yakima? And he specifically said that electric aviation is key for this plan.
Yeah, I was going to say, he seems really keen on electric aviation. So is he overestimating its feasibility, or do you think he's on target?
Well, it's hard to tell right now. Based on what he said, just electric airplanes will be able to fly commercially by 2032. He cited a study done by WashDOT back in 2020 that, quote, said it's more and more likely by 2025 to see these electric airplanes being used in a commercial space. And the time it takes for the Yakima Airport to expand to meet these needs is projected to be done within 10 years. Whereas if you see an entirely new airport being built in Western Washington, it would take 20 years at least, and a lot more money to say that as well.
As I say, so this would be a time and a money saver. I guess the really big problem, which you alluded to at the beginning, was its geographical location, because that was the first thing I thought of when I saw the headline. I thought, well, how is an airport in Yakima going to help with SeaTac, which is going to be at capacity at what, like 2050?
2050.
2050, am I recalling that correctly?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So that's quite a bit of distance between those two airports. So I'm not sure how that would work exactly.
Well, here's what I think Hodgman had in mind here, is that Yakima is basically centered in Washington. There are about 11 other commercial airports within the state, and electric airplanes at this point can fly within a 200-mile radius. Now, that's convenient enough for the state because all 11 other commercial airports are within 200 miles. Hodgman expects that a flight domestically within the state would range from 30 minutes to 45 minutes at the most. And another thing to add to that is, just because it's electric aviation, your flights would be a lot cheaper because you're not paying for the aviation fuel used, which is what you're seeing a lot if you fly nowadays, how air travel is so expensive nowadays.
So this might be an alternative, might help bring costs down.
Yeah, but it's still a very futuristic idea, to put it mildly.
So right now, it might be more aspirational than practical.
Mm-hmm. And when I talked to Hodgman, I said, could we just establish a rail system from Yakima to SeaTac? He told me that there already is rail that connects Seattle to Yakima, but it's not really carry passengers as much as it does just freight. And also just that rail system takes a lot longer than it would take to drive from Yakima to Seattle, which is just 2 hours.
Now, this new work group that's being set up, when is it meeting?
It meets in late July next month.
Okay.
And they'll be established there and try to do exactly what the Commercial Aviation Coordinating Commission did prior to that.
Yeah, we'll see if they have better luck than the previous group.
Yeah, I will say when Inslee signed the bill to carry over the responsibility to this new group, he said, let's look at expanding current airports. And I think Hodgman took that and said, see, if we have the governor's support, why can't we get anyone else?
And we look forward to seeing how this all pans out. So listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. For Spencer Pauly, this is Brett Davis. Please subscribe, and thanks for listening.